Hello everyone, I'm Rupali Meshram. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for my latest updates. Good morning students. Today we are going to start with 8th Geography, Chapter 4, Structure of Ocean Floor. Can you tell? Continents and oceans are a part of the lithosphere and hydrosphere respectively. The Earth's crust and a small hard portion of the layer under it is called the lithosphere. On the other hand, surface water, ice of the land and groundwater together form the hydrosphere. About a third of the surface of the earth consists of land. Continent is a vast continuous stretch of land. The land on earth is divided into 7 continents. They are Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, and Australia. 2/3 of the earth's surface is covered with water. Most of this water is in the oceans. There are 5 oceans, which are the Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, the Southern Ocean, and the Indian Ocean. Thus, continents and oceans are a part of the lithosphere and hydrosphere respectively. Second question. Continents and oceans lie on plates. Eurasian plate, Indian Australian plate, American plate, Pacific plate, African plate, and Antarctic plate are the 6 major plates. The Earth's crust is made up of such plates. Thus, continents and oceans lie on plates. Third question. During low tides, the level of ocean water goes down and the land below the water near the coast is exposed. The periodic rising or lowering of sea level caused by the combined effect of gravitational attraction by the sun and the moon and the centrifugal force of the earth is called as tides. The lowering of the sea level is called low tide. It occurs in the areas where the sea water is shifted to the areas experiencing high tide. Thus, during low tides, the level of ocean water goes down and the land below the water near the coast is exposed. Fourth question. Ships wreck when they strike against the rocks in the ocean. Sometimes in the oceans there are rocks which are invisible above the sea. Due to this, ships wreck when they strike against the rocks in the ocean. For example, the Italian cruise ship Costa Concordia capsized after striking an underwater rock of Isola del Giglio, Tuscany on 13 January 2012, which had resulted in 32 deaths. If the above points are correct, then select the most appropriate option from the following. First one, the surface of the earth is occupied by land and water. Second point, there is land below the ocean too. Third, even if the water has the same level, the land submerged is not even. Fourth, the level of water and land is uneven. Answer is The most appropriate option from the above mentioned point is, even if the water has the same level, the land submerged is not even. Can you tell? Geographical explanation. We know that the proportion of water and land is uneven on the earth. Around 71% of the surface is covered by water, but there is land even below this water. But like water, it is not at the same level. We classify the various landforms on the earth on the basis of altitudes. A similar classification can be done for landforms submerged under the water. Think about it. If the classification of landforms on land can be done on the basis of altitude and size, then how can the landforms submerged under water be classified? Answer is, if the classification of landforms on the land can be done on the basis of altitude, then the landforms submerged under water can be classified on the basis of depth from the sea floor and the shape of the land there. Can you tell? Try to name the landforms shown in figure 4.1. The first one is mountain. Second, plateau. Third, coastal plain. Fourth, continental slope. Fifth, marine trench. Sixth, abyssal plain. Seventh, marine island. Eighth, mid-oceanic submerged hills. Second question, what parameters were used for classifying the landforms on the earth? The landforms on the earth were classified on the basis of altitude. Third question, what parameters were used for naming the landforms below water? The answer is, the parameters used for naming the landforms below water were depth from the sea floor and the shape of land. Geographical explanation. The relief of ocean floor. Land submerged below oceanic water is called the ocean floor. The relief of ocean floor is decided upon by the depth of the sea floor and the shape of the land there. The average depth of the ocean is around 3,700 meters. The ocean bed is also uneven like the land of the continents. The ocean floor relief consists of all submerged landforms. The structure of the ocean floor differs from ocean to ocean. We will look at the sequence of the landforms and the details of major landforms on the ocean floor. As we go away from the coast, the structure of the ocean floor changes. Study the explanation below and figure 4.2 together. Continental shelf. The land near the coast and submerged under the sea is called continental shelf. This is the shallowest part of the ocean bed. It is also called submerged coastland. Its slope is gentle. The extent of the continental shelf is not uniform everywhere. It is narrow along the coasts of some continents, while it is broad for hundreds of kilometers at others. Its depth is up to 200 meters below the sea level. The continental shelf is very important from the point of view of humans. Extensive fishing grounds are found in the continental shelf. As this part is shallow, the sunlight reaches its bed. Algae, plankton, etc. grow here. This is food for fish. Natural gas, mineral oil, and various minerals can be obtained by mining and continental shelf. For example, Mumbai High, located on the continental shelf of the Arabian Sea. It is the source from where we obtain mineral oil and natural gas. Continental slope. After the extent of continental shelf is over, the slope of the seabed becomes steeper. This is called continental slope. The depth of the slope is from 200 meters to 3600 meters. In some places, it is more. The continental slope is narrow. The lower boundary of continental slope is considered to be the boundary of continents. Abyssal plains. Beyond the continental slope lie the abyssal plains, which are the flat part of the seabed. The abyssal plains consist of various submerged landforms like hills, plateaus, etc. Mountain ranges and plateaus. The hills and mountains found on the ocean bed are called submerged hills and mountains. These hills are hundreds of kilometers wide and thousands of kilometers long. Peaks of some of the submerged hills come above the sea level. They are visible to us as marine islands. Iceland is the Atlantic Ocean. Andaman and Nicobar Island is the Bay of Bengal are examples. The summits of some marine islands are flat and extensive. They are called oceanic or submarine plateaus. For instance, Chagos Plateau in the Indian Ocean. Marine dips and marine trenches. On the ocean bed, there are some landforms which are deep, narrow, and steep. They are called marine deeps or trenches. Generally, the shallower ones are called marine deeps, while deeper ones and extending far longer distance are called trenches. The trenches are thousands of meters deep from the sea level. The Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean is the deepest trench in the world. Its depth is around 11,034 meters. The mid-oceanic submerged hills and marine trenches are geologically the most active areas of the ocean bed in the world. There are many active volcanoes here. These areas are also earthquake-prone areas. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occurring in the ocean bed give rise to tsunamis in the nearby coastal areas. Marine deposition. The marine beds are the deep parts of the world in respective regions. Hence, various deposits are found in these parts. The deposits are as follows: pebbles, clay, soil, etc. brought by rivers, glaciers, etc. from the continents. The deposition occurs mainly on the continental shelf. These are called marine deposits. Lava and ash eruption out of volcanic eruption is also found here. Fine soil particles are deposited on a large scale. Remains of marine plants and animals are mixed in these deposits. This mixture is made up of fine particles and lies in the form of fine clay. This is around 30% of the deposits. These are called marine ores. To understand the form of the marine life in the ocean and the availability of minerals on the ocean bed, these deposits are very important. Sedimentary rocks are formed due to depositing of layer over layer of the sediments and the pressure of seawater. Besides, some human-induced material is also found here. This includes sewage, solid waste, radioactive material, waste chemicals, plastics, etc. These wastes pro-hazardous to the hydrosphere. These materials are extremely harmful to the marine life and its environment. Though the polluting components are less, their nuisance value is more. Always remember, mean sea level, elevation or depth of any place is measured from the sea level. The average of the highest high tides and the lowest low tide is considered as sea level. This average is taken to be zero and altitudes or depths are measured and shown in positive or negative values. For example, Mount Everest is 8,848 meters high and Mariana Trenches minus 11,034 meters. For survey purpose in India, the height of sea level at Chennai is considered to be zero and the elevation of any place in India is measured with reference to this. Give it a try. From the map of the ocean floor, identify the ocean. The name of the ocean is Indian Ocean. Can you identify and name the submerged landforms shown in the diagram? Yes, a submerged coast is produced either by subsidence of land or by a rise in sea level. Here, the sea is deeper in the west coast. The Konkan coast, that is the Maharashtra, and Goa coast is the coastline of submergence. Moreover, the Chagos Plateau, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and the Oman Basin are other submerged landforms. Which region would be ideal for fishing and why? The continental shelf of Arabian Sea, for example, Mumbai High, would be ideal for fishing as this part is shallow. The sunlight can reach the seabed and algae, plankton, etc. grow here, which are fish food. Always remember, deposition of many materials coming from land keeps occurring in the seas and oceans. This is in the form of natural deposits and sediments. But man deposits unwanted materials in the sea. This poses a hazard to the ocean bed and the seawater. Also, it is harmful to marine life. We must keep in mind that the biodiversity found in seas and ocean is higher than on the land. Do you know? While studying the ocean floor, we must keep in mind the age of the ocean bed. By studying the deposits on the ocean bed, it occurred to the scientists that the deposits on the ocean floor are not older than 200 million years. The maximum age of the rocks on the continental is supposed to be 3,200 million years. Then where have the deposits on the seabed which are older than 200 million years gone? This made the scientists restless. Then they started the study of the rocks along with the deposits. This made them realize that the rocks are also not older than 200 million years. It was inferred that the ocean floor is very young as compared to the earth's surface. Now, this is unanimously accepted. This research was then used in the study of the concept of plate tectonic.